Well, here we are again, YouTube. Broken Branch Outdoors, Fred Sumner here. Today we're doing kind of an indoor video, but I'm going to show you around my man cave and show you where I keep my little H&Q wood burning stove, which is of course said to be burned outside, but I burn mine inside. There it is. Anyway, I'll give you a preview of where I keep it, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the stove. So we're off and running. There's the door. This is a little 8x12 shed that I put together. I bought it, I think, from Home Depot for like 800 bucks. It comes as a kit. As you can see, I don't have it insulated. Not yet. It will be this summer. Keep my clothes hanging over there. There's a table I built. This stainless steel top. My wife got me from where she works. She makes refrigerators and stuff. And that was scrap, so they brought it home. Beautiful piece of metal, if you ask me. But anyway, you can see my fridge. Yes, I got beer in it. Can't have a man cave without having beer in the fridge. Table I keep stuff under. And my bunk, which is basically a military cot with a 3-inch foam padding on it. I got some shelves up there. And just my clothes that I wear. I've got 18th century style clothing that I've made. Some leather, deerskin leather leggings and moccasins and different things. And of course some of the deer that I've taken over the years, the antlers, some of the buck. Anyway, there's another one in the corner. My mother gave me those curtains, so I left them up. Deer hide from a deer I got a couple years ago. My bookshelf, whatever. Now on to the main aspect of it. Here's my stove, little H&Q stove, nothing major. You can see the size of it, the dimensions. You know, it's just about, I'd say 2 foot by about 1.5 feet that way, probably a foot tall. But as you can see, I stood it on a set of cinder blocks to get it up to the height where I wanted it. You know, and this is a pretty good, it's a heavy gauge steel stove. I mean, this thing is rocking. It's a pretty good thick stove. Well, hell, I'll give you an idea how thick the door is. You know, we're talking probably 1/4 inch at least there, maybe a little bit more. It's got 2 air vents on the front door to control airflow. There. And I ran it up through the roof, straight piped out. And then up on the roof, you can see I put a flashing up there. And that's just a coffee can over it for the summertime to keep the rain from going in. I'm going to build like a angled flue up there for the winter this year. One of the other things I did do was I put it, my wife got me another piece of stainless steel scrap, and I put it behind the wall there, where, as you can see, the stove is real close to the wall. But behind there is some insulation, and that helps reflect the heat off. And it won't burn the walls. But like I said, I got this tea kettle here. It's rusted now, but I only use it to boil water. I don't drink out of it. I don't eat out of it. None of that. It's just used to boil water, and that puts steam into the air, because this stove, I found, for me, burns dry. It sucks the moisture out of the air, so this helps put it back in. I got this, I think I got this on Amazon. It was like 30 bucks. But I got the stove on Amazon for, I forgot the music's on, sorry. But the stove, I think I paid 80 bucks for it. Then I got a little temperature gauge here on the side. Let's see if I can't give you a good preview of it. It tells you, I got that from Amazon for 8 bucks. And as the stove heats up, of course, as you can see, the needle moves. It's spring controlled, so as warmer it gets, the more the gauge will move. And you can see it's got low, good, and high for its overheating or whatever. I usually try to keep it right in here. Sometimes I get it up here. Usually when I first get it running, it gets really hot, and then I'll get it settled down. But got a pile of wood here that I burn in it. Depending on the temperature and how cold it is and everything, depicts how much I use. Usually I got coal in that bucket over there, but I don't have any right now. I burn it up this winter. So now I just turned it into my trash bucket. But anyway, that's where I keep my coal. Because at night when I go to bed, I'll throw a couple shovelfuls, little small shovelfuls of coal in there on top of the wood, and it'll burn all night long. And it'll keep it warm in here. But as you can see, my shed is not very big. It's only an 8x12 shed and uninsulated, but it keeps it warm in here. If it's 20 degrees outside and snowing, I've got that up running where it's supposed to be. It'll be 65 in here, easy. I like to sleep cool, so I don't keep it that hot. And on my bunk, I've just got I got a couple old army blankets and an old extreme cold weather sleeping bag that I sleep in when I'm in here, and I stay plenty warm. So, you know, but as you can see, here, got some of these cheap, I don't know what you call them. I bought them at a truck stop when I was still driving. I think I paid like $3 a piece for them or something. Then I got a couple, like 80% wool blankets, and then an extreme cold weather sleeping bag that I use during the winter time. And then in my Alice pack here, I've got a lightweight summer one. But anyway, that's about it for my H&Q stove. So I just thought I'd do that quick review. I'm not turning it on because hell, it's 63 degrees, 64 degrees today here in Western Pennsylvania. And I'm already hot enough. I'm sweating a little bit. I don't do heat very well. But anyway, that's my stove. Yeah, it's got some rust on it around the edges, but later on this summer I'm going to clean that off, and I'm going to buy some of that grill paint, repaint it. That's how I run it up. And I know people are going to say, oh my God, you should have something up here to protect your roof and all of that. Well, I don't need it. I ran it all winter long, and it didn't burn or anything, so I'm not real worried about it. So don't go jumping on my back about, oh, you got to have something up there, you're going to burn your roof and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not, because it hasn't done it. Then if I do burn my roof, I'll go ahead and post a video and say I was wrong, but I don't think I am. So I'll give you a good view, a complete view here. That's my man cave right there. That's the size of it. That stove sits right there in the corner. Boom. Oh, one thing I did do to keep it, just in case it starts burning bad or whatever, I use this fan in the wintertime, and I keep that turned on, and that helps keeps whatever little smoke may come out of the stove, and it'll throw it outside, and I don't have to worry about carbon monoxide too much. So, but that's one thing I do in the wintertime, is run that fan to help keep the smoke or whatever comes off. But I will tell you this, your first burn on that stove, you better do it outside, because that thing will smoke like crazy. I don't know what they put on it, some kind of protective coating, but man, oh man, that thing will smoke like crazy. At least mine did, because I got it up as high as I could get it, and it smoked. It burned it all off. I let it cool down and put it in here, and she's been rocking and rolling and keeping me warm all winter long. And I live in northwestern Pennsylvania, so you know our temperatures get cold and we get a good amount of snow, and it did just right. It melted the snow off the roof this year, so that tells you how much it warms up in here. But anyway, that's my video. Got any questions, comments, you know what to do. Leave them down below. I'll talk at you later.